Brother Eric Frost was a young man in Germany who set a good example in making wise decisions early in life. He was born in 1900, baptized 23 years later, and entered the full-time ministry in 1928. Not long after, he was put in charge of the underground work of the persecuted Witnesses of Jehovah in Germany, caring well for that assignment for 8 months until he was incarcerated. In this archived audio recording, you will hear the fascinating experience of how Brother Frost composed a kingdom melody in the middle of Sachsenhausen, a Nazi concentration camp.
I always had the desire to compose music. As everybody knows, we had the hardest work and suffered the hardest in the concentration camps. We were starved. The labor exceeded our strength, and the harassment was often unbearable. So, as usual, I wanted to find a way to build up the brothers. We had such a fine unity there in the Sachsenhausen camp. I felt moved to compose a song that we could sing together for our mutual encouragement. Every morning we marched to the construction site of a sewage plant in Oranienburg. Our labor group consisted of about 40 brothers under the strict watch of the SS. While marching, my mind went back and forth and gradually a melody formed. That's how the music was developed. But how could the verses enter the camp without being able to write them down? I found a few brothers who helped me. I repeated the first verse to one of them until he knew it by heart, either while marching or while driving the wheelbarrow at work. I told the second verse to another brother, still to others, the third and the fourth. In the evening, I asked each of the brothers to recite his verse. That's how the song came to life. In the mornings, when the 40 of us were marching through the streets of Oranienburg, we already felt worn out. When one started humming that melody, the entire labor group trembled with excitement. We had to control ourselves to not break out loud singing. That would have been dangerous, of course. They would have brought us back to the camp and severely punished us.
Schuldlos im Kerker der Freiheit beraubt, spottend erheben die Feinde das Haupt. Sie möchten uns gerne regieren, sie möchten uns gerne regieren. Wir hören an jedem Ort nur unseres Königs Kommandowort. Nur er kann doch sicher uns führen. Nur er kann doch sicher uns führen.
As we sat together in the evenings and someone started humming that melody, quite a number of us sang along. And we rejoiced. Our eyes were shining. This gave us new courage and hope. We also had evenings of worship. Talks were given, and we had copies of the Watchtower that we studied together. So we were able to have some real times of peace and special encouragement and felt uplifted by that song.
Zeugen Jehovas unvergänglich. verzagt. Ist heiß auch das Ringen, tobt wild die Schlacht. Sind hart auch die Bande, die Fesseln schwer. Doch mächtig der Arm, der euch decket. Zeugen Jehovas im Feindesland und fern von der Heimat, vom Liebsten verbannt, hebt auf eure Blicke zu dem des Hand. Für euch ist schon ausgestreckt.
Brother Frost, who was one of the anointed, finished his earthly course in 1987. After World War II and 9 years of imprisonment, he served as the overseer of our branch office in Germany for 10 years. This was before the arrangement was instituted of having a branch committee oversee the work. The very descriptive paintings that you saw in this segment were painted by a brother who was imprisoned in a concentration camp similar to the one Brother Frost was in. And I'm sure you recognize the song. You can find it in our songbook, though the tune is a little different. When Brother Frost found out that his song had been included in it, he was overjoyed and said, "My clumsy lyrics were transformed into 3 wonderful verses." If you turn to Song 17 in your songbook, you'll find the song originally composed by Brother Frost, "Forward, You Witnesses."